Virgo, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 1st through the 7th. This is going to be a general forecast for Virgo sun, moon, and rising, focusing on psychic development, money, money manifestation. Many of you have been asking me for that when I've been doing the live little angel messages in the mornings. I've had comments come up about money, do money, or on the love videos, do money. So we're going to focus on money, career, family life, anything that comes up. If you are looking for a love video, you can click on the love playlist in the description of this video after watching if you want to check out the April love videos. But this is going to be focusing on money manifestation, work life, family life, anything that comes up for spirituality. I'm going to see what comes up. And at the end of the reading, after we look at your weekly cards, I'm going to pull a money manifesting affirmation for you guys. So here's your Monday, Tuesday. Your, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, my darlings. And your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There we are. Okay. Alrighty, Virgo. Ooh, Virgo, happy card. Your Monday, Tuesday is for a fire. So this could have to do with actual, literal invitations. I can't even speak. Invitations to things, okay? It could be where there's some kind of degree of stability coming into your life. Maybe you're being in a situation where you're making plans for a stable home life or something having to do with home, okay? So maybe some of you had some goals that you were focusing on in terms of home. Now, I know some of you are already commenting, Four of Fire is about weddings. Four of Fire is about parties. Yes, absolutely. Four of Fire is about being in your creativity and being in your joy and being able to be social and being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Absolutely. But one of the elements that also comes in with Four of Fire is stability, having your people, having your group, having a sense of being at home. One of the meanings of Four of Wands or Four of Fire, whatever you want to call it, sometimes can also be a sense of a homecoming, right? So this is giving me a sense of an emotional belonging or an emotional, feeling physically and emotionally rested and stable and happy and content. That's intuitively the energy that I'm feeling with this card, or the area of your life that I feel for a lot of you it's gonna apply. Obviously, this is a general reading, so it'll be different for different ones of you, and it may not 100% resonate for each of you. But that's what I'm feeling in this card here in the beginning of the week, is there's a sense of getting established. Maybe some of you have moved not that long ago, right? And so maybe things were kind of a little bit uncertain and you've just been settling in, or you've been getting used to coming into an energy of having a new environment that you're living in, or a new job. Maybe some of you are this is the week where your initial 90-day probation at a job is up and you're I'm in. They didn't get rid of me in 90 days. They're gonna keep me. Some of you might have that kind of a situation happening in the beginning of the week. Although Virgo, you guys typically tend to be very hard workers anyway, so that's not to say that Virgos don't ever have bad luck at work or don't ever have trouble at work, but typically you guys are pretty hard workers, right? So but there's just this sense of coming into stability, feeling structure. There's a sense of feeling structure, a sense of feeling safe, a sense of feeling I'm one of them, I'm in the gang now, that kind of feeling. So I do feel, Virgo, that this is something that a lot of you are feeling excited about, or that you're establishing. Okay, there's this joy here in establishing this these connections, these friendships, these networks, whatever it may be. Your Wednesday, Thursday card. Ooh, Virgo. I said it wasn't going to be a love reading, and here we are with the love card. Well, This card is also about decisions and choices. Okay, so maybe in this card here, the choice or the decision is to choose love. Okay, maybe some of you have been super duper focused on some financial goals, or maybe you've been very stressed out about creating a sense of stability or creating a sense of, um abundance in your life, or not worrying about certain bills or things. And maybe it's taken you away from your relationships. Okay, I'm not even talking about love life here in this sense. I'm talking about love in the broader sense of the word. you know Maybe there's been stress. Maybe you and a partner have been arguing about money, or maybe you're around people who just really are not having a spiritual awakening as quickly as you are, and you all are on different levels. Maybe you're around friends or family who have very different political beliefs than you do, right? And this card is asking you, in whatever the situation may be, to choose love, to look for the common ground. Okay, life is too short to argue, because as much as these people are driving you nuts, or as much as you might be annoyed, or as much as there's things about these people that you resent, if something were to happen, you would be very sad, right? There's love underneath that. So focus on that. Focus on that and choose love, because life is short. Okay, this isn't to say that something bad is going to happen to somebody you love this week. That's not what I'm saying at all. Nobody panic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, before you know it, you blink your eyes and 15 years have gone by, or 50 years have gone by, and you might get a phone call, and you might say, oh, so and so passed away, or this happened, or that happened. And you're like, man, I never let this person know how much I appreciated them, or I never, so now the time is here now, right? It's gonna fly by. It's gonna go by so quickly. So just make sure that you're taking time for your loved ones to feel loved, and to be experiencing joy with them. I also feel like, with this card, it has the 6 on it. So this is gonna be a message for me in my readings. When I see 6 in my readings, it lets me know that sometimes you're dealing with a situation where somebody may have the tendency to try to express their love or their appreciation for someone through financial things. Okay, so you're either the person that does this, or you're the person who's been on the receiving end of this, and both can be nice, both can feel good. Sometimes it feels good to spoil somebody that we care about and be able to drop some money on them, and it definitely feels good when sometimes somebody spoils you or treats you to things. But if we're not careful, we end up in this cycle where, like, we'll have arguments or we'll have disagreements, and instead of healing the hurt, instead of communicating, instead of coming back together, it just becomes this thing of, okay, well, maybe I'll mistreat you and then I'll buy you something, or I'll take you out on a date, or vice versa, or maybe you'll mistreat me or you'll offend me, but then you'll make it up to me by giving me a gift. Well, gifts are great, gifts are nice, but at some point it's like, it's not about the gifts, it's not about the money, right? Or maybe some of you are so busy trying to create a comfortable life for your friends, and or maybe not for your friends, but for your family and for your loved one, that you're not around a whole lot. Or when you do come home, like, you're so burnt out, you don't want to talk. How was your day? Okay, what do you do? Nothing. You're just tired, you're spent, and so when I see 6, it's asking you to make sure you make the time to connect emotionally, to have the emotional connection, um don't just leave it at, like, expressing your love or your feeling through finances. The people around you might really be missing you, and you might be like, that's silly that they're missing me because we live in the same house, or I'm right down the street, or I just saw them last week. But, are you present? Are you present in the moment? Or are you so burnt out from work, or worrying about work, or looking for work, or going to school because you're trying to improve your life? I mean, these are important things. Keep doing these things, but at the same time, try to be present in the moment and try to connect emotionally with others. That's the message that I'm feeling with this card for you, Virgo, this week. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is 5 of air. Wow, my darlings, that really makes sense to me now, because You might not be aware of this, but Five of Air tells me there may be some tensions building where you might have a situation at the end of the week where a loved one, and for some of you, it could be a child. And I think maybe for some of you, this is why you might be coming into that Five of Air energy, because sometimes when Five of Air or Five of Swords comes up, like something happens and we just get set off. There's a fine line, and we feel like somebody crosses the line, and we're like, oh God, like we're just like, you did not just go there. So for some of you, it could be a child. It could be a significant other for other ones of you. But Virgo, chances are you've been working really hard, right? And you're trying to have fun, or you're trying to have a sense of joy or enjoying the things that you're working for. And maybe even some of you are spoiling your loved ones or providing for your family and giving them a nice life. But somebody may kind of give you attitude about it, or somebody might say that, like, all you care about is money, or what does it matter anyway, or somebody just might say something about you like not caring or not being around, or you're too busy doing things for yourself that you don't care about anybody else. Or that's why I think it could be a kid, it could be a jealous sibling, it could be anything. But there seems to be where there might be some remark coming in, and you're like, what in the hell was that? Like, what in the heck was that? Like, after everything that I do for you, and I work so hard, and this like is not even about me, and do you think I like, like, I just feel, Virgo, that some of you are just like, you did not just say that to me, because you are living a life where you're working very hard because you're trying to establish some kind of sense of security. Or maybe for some of you, it's a parent. Maybe you're an adult child, and it's a parent, and you're busy busting your butt and going to school and working or trying to find a job, and you're doing it because you're trying to get to a point where you won't have to depend on anybody financially. And you might have a parent or a sibling or somebody say something to you about making you feel like you're just hanging around and freeloading, or like you don't even care and you're just waiting for people to take care of you. And you might get set off like, what in the world are you even saying to me right now? Do you have any idea how hard I'm working so that I'm not gonna need your help, and so that I can come back and help you at some point financially? Like, so there could be something where you feel hurt, like you genuinely feel hurt, and you're in the right to feel hurt, right? You have a right to feel hurt because this person is making an assumption, which in this case, because we have Five of Air, probably means it's not a true assumption or not a fair thing to be coming at you with. But the message with Five of Air is that if you're not careful, this can become way too much of a big mess. Like, it could really get blown out of proportion. It could get ugly. It could get really ugly to the point or to the extent where you end up burning a bridge, where you're like, I never want to talk to you again, or whatever, or it just might escalate way further than you would like, or than you would hope. And Five of Air is saying it doesn't have to be this way. Maybe what you can do is just in that moment, just like catch yourself in that moment when you want to react, and maybe just kind of like walk away. Just walk away, take some deep breaths. If you need to call somebody and vent and say, can you believe what this person just said to me right now? Stay on the phone with me until I calm down. Stay on the phone with me until I calm down, so that I don't go over there and go off on them. Or just, whatever it might be, but just come into this energy where you can vent, you can calm down, and then you can come back to the situation and say, I'm very sorry that you're feeling this way. I can understand that from your perspective, from where you're standing, this is what you think is happening, but let me explain to you what is actually happening. Here's what I have been doing. Okay, so, and that's if you want to come back and explain it. But if you're gonna have the conversation, wait until you calm down, because you have a right to be upset, but you're already stressed, you're already tired. So to address it like in the heat of the moment, it may get really ugly, and it doesn't have to get really ugly. So the message here is just maybe kind of step away, just calm down, and then you can come back to it, okay? So basically, the universe is letting you know that a lot of really good things are happening this week. A lot of really good things are happening this week. And that if you're not careful, towards the end of the week, there could be somebody who's being a little bit of a hater, or maybe they don't mean to be a hater, they're just in a negative space. If you're not careful, this person can just completely and totally pull you down to their doo-doo energy and like completely ruin your whole week. And it doesn't have to be that way. Not just your whole week, but your weekend too. Like you could really go through the whole weekend upset or still arguing, and it doesn't have to be that way. So I think the universe is just trying to give you a heads up and say, look, things are going good right now. Things are going to continue to go good right now. Don't let somebody else's negativity or insecurity distract you. Don't get pulled into it. Okay, my darlings, let's check out your money affirmation for the week. What is going on with the money affirmation? And guys, both of these decks are really great because each card comes with an affirmation. The green cards come with an affirmation for each card in the guidebook, and this deck has an affirmation written on the back of each card. And affirmations are really great for kind of helping reprogram the brain. So if you are looking for affirmations or you've been wanting to get into them but you don't know where to find good ones, both these decks are wonderful. And I do have a link in the description of the video to my Amazon affiliate links, and it can take you to check the decks out on Amazon if you want more info or if you want to pick up decks for yourself. Okay, your money message for the week is communication. So some of you, again, that came up in your reading. Spirit is really giving you a nudge here, Virgo, a big nudge here, Virgo. So some of you are really focused on your financial goals, but people in your life are hungry to talk to you. People are hungry to have some one-on-one time with you, some quality time with you, and they're wanting you to communicate. They're wanting you to connect with them. For other ones of you, a lot of what might be happening is in the workplace. Maybe you're really, really busting your butt. You're working so incredibly hard because you're trying to get that promotion or that bonus or that raise, and you're waiting for more acknowledgement. Meanwhile, the higher ups might be very busy or not noticing, or they might think that you really like where you are, or they might look at you and say, man, Virgo sure is working so hard. They seem really stressed out. I really appreciate how hard they're working. The last thing I want to do is give them more stress by training them in a new department or by giving them extra responsibilities. They might not understand that you're working so hard because you're trying to prove yourself and you want to move up, and that you do want the extra responsibility. So for that reason, a lot of you, to really reach your financial goals, you're going to have to communicate. You're going to have to communicate with an employer. You're going to have to let them know verbally that, hey, I like being here. I'm working really hard. I enjoy working hard, but it's because I would like to move up, or I would like to at some point hopefully transfer into that other department and learn how to do that other job, or whatever it might be, so communication is going to be very important for you in being able to manifest your finances. For some of you, you're communicating ideas and things with others because you're wanting to do self-employment. But Virgo, the universe is asking you to work on communication this week. Let's see what the affirmation is. I effectively communicate and clarify my needs in order to achieve my goals, right? Some of you may be like, I want to communicate better, but I'm not sure how. So this is kind of a way in which we kind of get to reprogram ourselves. We get to reprogram ourselves mentally. We get to teach our brain how to think, and we get to teach our brain how to guide us. So you can write these words down. You can take a screenshot of it. You can commit it to your memory and memorize it. And so what I want you to do for the next 7 days is every single morning when you wake up, say this affirmation to yourself. And every single night before you go to sleep, before you go to bed, say this affirmation to yourself. And then maybe repeat it to yourself, throughout the day. If you feel like you need a little bit of a pick-me-up or you need the encouragement, you can make it a mantra throughout your day if you would like. But be sure to do it in the morning and at night, because those are the two times when you really get to kind of program your brain. And this is going to help you without even really having to put a whole lot of effort into it, being able to be a more effective communicator, being able to more clearly state your needs, or to have the courage to state your needs so that you're able to achieve your goals. It's just, it's that mind over matter, reprogramming the mind. And guys, I am all for self-help books and therapy. I'm all for all of that. So affirmation, I'm not saying is like, oh, don't get training or don't get help and just do affirmations. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying affirmations can be very helpful. They can be a nice little supplement to any other training that you might feel guided to go after. Okay, so try it out and see how you feel. Affirmations can be very habit forming, but it's a good habit to have. Check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, my dear. Some weeks those may resonate with you more, but overall, it's sometimes nice because you might get little extra bits and pieces of information depending on what you have in your planetary chart and different energies that might be affecting you right now. Okay, you may need a private reading. More than happy to give you a private reading. Check out the Calendly link in the description, and you can go online and you can schedule a reading if you would like to do that. So guys, again, I will see you on the angel messages. Probably the angel message might happen before this video finishes loading, but every single morning I go on and I do an angel message for my YouTube family. And then of course the card of the day is still getting posted on Facebook and Instagram. So it's been nice being able to chat with you guys, see you guys in the comments. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here. I'm wishing you an amazing week, my dears.